There's this really simple way of living. It's ancestral living. It's the way that we've lived for millions of years. It's accessible. It's something you can literally do right now, today, and you can have an impact and change your life tomorrow. This is why my life's work is my mission, is my purpose. It's putting back in what the modern world left out.
G'day you good motherfuckers, ladies and gentlemen, hold on to your tits and your nuts, because this is about to get real fucking weird, real fucking quick. But first, this video is brought to you by the great people at Surfshark VPN. Safety and security are two very important aspects of life. Every single day, you are under threat, whether you know it or not, from dirty soy boys on the internet trying to do you harm. Most internet users aren't even aware, particularly in Australia, of new data surveillance laws rushed through Parliament, meaning the government can collect your personal data and take over your social media. Don't you wish that there was someone to protect you? Ladies and gentlemen, there is, and their name is Surfshark VPN. Surfshark turns you into an anonymous and hard to trace online user. And do you know, it's not just for that. Do you know what geo-blocking is? Companies like Netflix and Amazon Prime have different movies for each country. Access shouldn't be tied to your nationality, and Surfshark gives you all the access you need. Just connect to the servers, refresh the page, and access granted. I use Surfshark every single day when I turn on my PC. Ladies and gentlemen, if you use the promo code BUTSMAN, you will get 3 months for free and 83% off. That's a massive bargain. Plus, Surfshark offers you a 30-day money-back guarantee, so there is no risk. Surf by your own set of rules, ladies and gentlemen. The link's down below. Now, ladies and gentlemen, to start this video properly, let me ask you this. Here's a hypothetical question. If you wanted to get fucking jacked, fucking ripped, if you wanted to be so fucking thick that all the shooters at the beach would just look at you and go, holy shit, I want him to strangle me with his fucking biceps. If you could do all of that by eating one thing, would you do it? And would you do it if it was testicles? Would you eat testicles for gains? Would you choke them down? Would you choke to get yoked? And I'm not talking Fear Factor style. Those little mounds of baby gravy incubators, they're cooked. Let's get some raw testicles happening with this Adonis and definitely natural bloke. I present to you Brian Johnson, the Liver King.
When you realize that people are suffering and struggling and that there's a simple, elegant solution, a return to ancestral living, that's really what my purpose is now.
Okay, this is Brian, also known as the Liver King, and he is a fucking man, a big hunk of spunk. Brian hunts shit, lifts shit, and eats shit, and not particularly in that order. And this video isn't making fun of Brian, it's just pointing out he's a little bit fucked in the head. And Brian, if you're watching this, please do not titty fuck me with your giant cock, sir.
There's this really simple way of living. It's ancestral living. It's the way that we've lived for millions of years. It's accessible. It's something you can literally do right now, today, and you can have an impact and change your life tomorrow. This is why my life's work is my mission, is my purpose. It's putting back in what the modern world left out.
Awesome message. Fuck yeah, Brian. Good on you, bruz. He seems like a nice guy to hang out with, maybe have a beer with, but here is my issue with Brian.
This is what I'm having for dinner today. You're gonna see some ground that my wife ground up. It is fresh pancreas, liver, heart, spleen, and kidney ground up with a little bit of muscle meat.
Once again, for my 15th apology to Brian, and probably I've got heaps more apologies to come, because I'm just gonna keep talking shit, and I don't want you to fucking deadlift my anus, sir. What I would like to say here is, I understand that organ meats per gram in comparison to muscle meats they're really nutrient dense, extremely nutrient dense, really, really good for you. I'm just saying that I don't feel like you should be so casual about it. I'm not hating on you. I'm just saying what you're doing is fucking gross. But Brian, the loose unit, the Liver King himself, he saw the heart and the liver and the kidneys and the spleen and the gallbladder and everything else, and he said, you know what? That's not far enough. You know those big dangling doonglers underneath your asshole there, Mr. Deer? Let me gobble on those fuckers.
Liver King here. This is what Liver King eats for Tuesday dinner. We got 10 ounces of fresh ground organs, liver, heart, pancreas, spleen, and some muscle meat. We got a couple ounces of some chicken heart, some leftover Iberico pork sausage, and a couple ounces of raw testicle.
No, Brian. No, Brian, you are too cool with this. You're too cool with this shit. You act like it's not out of the ordinary. It is out of the ordinary to eat raw testicles. That's like me being on the phone to my mum a couple of weeks ago in the middle of lockdown because I haven't seen her in a while and say, oh yeah, mum, lockdown's been good. I just, got heaps of stuff done around the house. I've done a lot of work, I cleaned the skirting boards. I killed a prostitute and then I came home and I just swept the garage floor. It's been pretty good. That is not normal. You're terrifying me, and the vegan community just had a fucking coronary. You can't just carry on with the conversation after you just said that you eat raw testicles, unsalted nuts, ripe berries, fresh gonads, uncooked chicken tenders, need I go on? Not to mention the liver, heart, kidney, spleen, fucking brain, ear, tongue, smoothie that you turn into a sausage. Can I just say this? Brian, liver king, liver man, to you directly. I bet your shit stink. I was going through the Liver King's website. He seems like a good dude. He seems like a nice fellow. He's also a massive sexist. Look at this. He recommends this diet for men only. Do you not know that men are men and women are men and men are you and I? It's fucking 2021, you idiot. My name is Brian Johnson, aka the Liver King. I am one of the owners of Ancestral Supplements. My wife, the biological dentist. Oh wow, his wife was born a biological dentist. But she's now transitioned into male podiatry. How brave. He sells supplements on his website. Beef organs, beef liver, beef thyroid, beef heart, beef spleen, beef pancreas, thymus, brain, kidney, the trachea, the eye, the placenta. Fuck, it sounds like I'm doing a brand deal for him. Get 25% off with the code. Holy shit, can we eat that? And all these products, they do sound like they're very foreign to us. They sound outrageous, but back in the day, people used to eat all this shit. And I guess his whole philosophy is all about eating every part of the animal. You only have to travel to 1974 when on average we ate 50 grams of organ meat every single week. And now, ask yourself this, how much organ meat do you eat a week? Me? None. Organ meat contains B vitamins, B12, folate. They are also rich in minerals, including iron, magnesium, selenium, zinc. Most importantly, fat-soluble vitamins like vitamin A, D, E, and K. Furthermore, organ meats are a great source of protein, and if you break open a raw testicle, there might be a little bit of jizz inside. Delicious. And I get all that. I get that it's good for you. But this.
Liver King here. It's Wednesday afternoon, and we are breaking our 24-hour fast. This is how we break our fast on a Wednesday, rest day, after we did a successful simulated hunt. We're gonna start with a protein shake, about 30 grams of protein. We got some full-fat yogurt in here with some amazing concoction. Ask me about the recipe, you're gonna absolutely love this. We got 10 ounces of bone-in, skin-on sardines. We have 3 ounces of fresh, raw testicle. We have 2.5 ounces of some fresh, raw liver, drizzled in some maple syrup and some sea salt. We got a nice heaping pile of purple potatoes.
There is no way that sardines and raw balls sit well in your stomach. Don't eat any fucking caviar or you might fertilize a fucking egg and give birth to a salmon through your asshole. He'd probably turn it into a supplement, make cash off it.
What up, Primals? It's Saturday, which means it's day to train barbarian. It's a time that we honor our early ancestors, our recent ancestors, and all of our ancestral heritage in between.
What a man. I bet he doesn't jerk off. I bet his dick jerks itself off. I bet his balls jerk him off because they're scared of being consumed. But would I eat this diet?
Absolutely fucking not.
But I have learned a lot from watching his videos. You see that? That's where kettlebells come from. Brian makes them in the water and brings them out for everyone to enjoy.
Liver King here. I just finished a workout, so this is an example of my post-workout meal. I'm gonna have 6 raw eggs that's fresh from the farm. A key feature of these raw eggs is they're fertilized raw eggs.
Brian, this is some weird sexual fetish, all right? Why are you eating fertilized eggs?
I'm gonna have 30 grams of protein in a protein shake. I'm gonna have this full-fat, grass-fed, grass-finished yogurt concoction with some maple syrup and some concoction here. I already put the recipe out. If you want the recipe, just ask. And then I'm gonna have some delicious, delectable bone marrow, raw, fresh, right out of the bone. And then I'm gonna have, of course, a couple ounces of some fresh, raw liver.
Okay, your stomach right now. Raw eggs, raw liver, raw fucking bone marrow, Few fucking testicles hitting the walls, bouncing around like a game of squash. And imagine, you know when you eat too much and you do that little burp and a little bit of vomit comes up? Imagine doing that with a big testicle. Just comes up the back like one of those dudes who pretends to swallow pool balls.
Another thing here, I'm about to eat my dinner. We're looking at a couple of swords of meat. Not even sure what it is.
That's a pork sword, sir. Once again, I'm not trying to attack Brian. I love Brian. I am in love with Brian. I just don't want Brian to die because he choked on balls. I also don't want Brian to take my balls. You see the situation I'm in? Yes, the science may back you that organ meats are healthy. And yes, we should eat all of the animal, left nothing to go to waste. But I am quite sure that you're fucking crazy. Ladies and gentlemen, be a good motherfucker. Peace in the Middle East. Thank you very much for joining us. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe right now. Also, the Cancel Me Now podcast is coming soon. Make sure you go and check out that YouTube channel. Be a good motherfucker. Peace in the Middle East. Be dick stings. Toodle off. Keep it moist. Bye-bye.